What's up, guys? Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming this morning, but decided to stream. So official time start time is 10:30. It's 10:25 right now. So hopefully some folks will show up. Today we're in the Aerobask Phenom 300 jet. We're flying into where the hell are we flying into? We are flying into Elmira, I think. Let's see where. Yeah, Elmira, Corning, and then we're gonna fly back to LaGuardia. Gonna do a couple of FSEconomy flights in the Phenom today. Felt like flying the jet. One of my favorite X-Plane 11 planes in VR, using the HP Reverb G2. So right now we're descending into the Elmira area. Get this plane down on the ground. And then we'll do a turnaround and head back to LaGuardia. So yeah, this is sort of like a not an announced stream. So hopefully we'll get some folks joining here. This plane is amazing. If you're into business jets, highly recommend this one. It's really fantastic. Oh, I got to get down here big time, so I'm gonna throttle back here, or off of autopilot. Hopefully I might have to take another pass here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take another pass. So we're gonna just do a circle around here, lose some altitude. Still say X-Plane 11 is the best VR experience as far as clarity and smoothness. For my machine, that is. Ever since I upgraded my CPU, it's just been fantastic. So, all right, so we're going to just get our speed, our altitude down here, so we can head into Elmira. I just hit those flaps, so we're going to get that high speed. And we should be good there. So the airfield is at 1,000. It's right there. We should be good. All right, here we go. Putting a little bit of stress on the wings here, on the flaps, I should say, but we got to slow this bird down, get it around the ground. It really lands at about 115 knots. So going full flaps there. Coming a little hot here.
500. 400.
132.
300.
130. Okay, we should be okay. 127.
200.
124. We should be fine. There's 118. 112. And she is down. Getting ready for our turnaround flight. Heading back to lovely LaGuardia. Just do a UE at the end here. All right. Lovely Elmira, headquarters for Corning Glass. All right, let's get our brake on. All right, good. Thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it. Let's get, let's see, we're going to go FSEconomy and finish that flight. All right, so let me just show you what we got here. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let's see. We finished this flight. So we made a little bit of money for the group here. Check out the log here. So we just flew from LaGuardia up to Elmira. So we made about $1,800 for the group. So now we got this flight here. 9 passengers heading back to LaGuardia, and we got plenty of fuel, 420 gallons, so that's all good to go. Flight plan is already in because I had a round-trip flight set in there. So we go here, FSEconomy, start flight, passengers are on board, and we're going to be heading... Let's see, show you here what we're doing here. We're going to be heading back from Elmira right here to LaGuardia, coming into the New York metropolitan area. We're going to hit this waypoint here, Gulf, and then land the runway. Not sure what the runway that is. I'll tell you in a second. Let's pull up LaGuardia. Runway 13. All right, that's going to be the plan. Pretty quick flight, and then we'll pick up another flight out of LaGuardia someplace in this. I love flying around this area. It's kind of a cool area to fly, especially in this jet because you get there quick. All right, you guys are looking at a 2D view. I'm seeing obviously everything in 3D. Let's just check our flight plan here. Our flight plan is set. We're going to fly at, we'll just fly at 12,000 feet and set our FLC to 230. Oops. $230. There we go. And flaps set to take off, which they are. And we're ready to go. Parking brake is off. Throttle set to take off. Hear those engines coming up. Release the brakes. We'll get a little bing. We want to do it about 1:30. Here we go. Tell me I can take off here, but there you go. All right, gear up. Flaps up. And we'll bank right. Set her to climb. And put on that autopilot. And we should pick up the GPS and start to climb at 2:30. Flaps are up. There we go. So about 156 miles to LaGuardia. And while we're doing that, we'll prepare the next flight. Do a couple of runs today for the VR Aviation Group. Make a little bit of that FSEconomy cash. In the Phenom. Holds 9 passengers. Not a great cargo plane, but holds 9 passengers, so sometimes you can pick up those jobs where you can make about $19,000-$20,000 flying about 700 or 800 miles. Like to pick those up from time to time. If you guys want to say hello in the chat, love to hear from you. Let me know what you're using for X-Plane 11, if you're into VR or if you're planning on getting into VR. If you have any questions about VR, happy to help you with those. As I said, I'm using an HP Reverb G2. I've got a 1080 Ti, older GPU, just because I can't find a new one to buy. I want to get a 3080, but I can't find one. And CPU is a i7 10700K. And running 32 gig of 3400, I think, megahertz RAM. Pretty fast RAM. And all SSD, except for Ortho 4XP Scenery and X-Plane 11, which is on a Western Digital Black high-speed drive. 6 terabyte drive, because that just takes up so much space. Alright, so we're heading through 10,000 up to 12, and then we'll level off, set the throttle to cruise, and we'll fly at about I guess about 280, something like that. So we'll set our throttle back to cruise. And we should start to pick up speed once we hit our altitude here. Here we go. Nicely automated plane. Skidmark, how you doing? You're still legally blind with the Oculus, yeah. I gotta tell you, dude, if you could, if you can, you might want to think about going to the Reverb G2, man. It's a big difference, and especially if you got a 3080, you'll see a tremendous difference in both. Well, you don't really need I don't think you need a 3080 for X-Plane 11, but and for Microsoft Flight Simulator, definitely. All right, let's just check this out. Beautiful plane, isn't it? Pretty cool seeing this in VR, you know, 3D. Ernesto, how you doing? You still using a 970 because you can't find a 3070? Yeah, it stinks, man. I was hoping that Best Buy was going to drop some cards this week, but unfortunately, no go there. Maybe next week. Alright, let's figure out what the hell that we're going to do next here. So, alright, we're going to be in LaGuardia, so let's check out LaGuardia. And pick ourselves a nice flight here. Something that I already have a, could go to Boston. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see if we can get a good return flight out of Boston. Might be able to get a big flight. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, that'd be a good one. So we could go to Boston, and then we could pick up this 20K flight to Terre, Haute. So why don't we do that next? We'll head to Boston. So we're going to go from LaGuardia, Boston. We need 9 seats. So 3, 6, 9. Let's just see if there's any larger. I don't think there are any big flights here. No. No. So let's go. Let's do this. This way we can just get right to K-Boss. K-Boss. Alright, we're going to pick up these 9 passengers. We'll add those to our flight. And then when we get to Boston, we're going to pick up that big one. That's going to be a longer flight. Let's just check our my flight status. So we've got these guys en route. Then we're going to take these guys up to Boston. And we'll be good to go. Flying for EVR Aviation. Cool. So I should already have a, yeah, I already have a flight plan for Boston. Let me check that. Well, check that out. Yeah, so we'll have that set. And Boston's at sea level, so we know at what altitude we need to be at. All right. So you're using X-Plane 11, Ernesto, I guess? Because I'm sure that Microsoft Flight Simulator is pretty rough on a 970. I used to have a 970, actually. Way back when. Maybe I had a 980. Can't remember. I think I had either a 970 or a 980. I can't remember. Let's see. All right, 19 minutes. Running at about 280 knots. Can run it a little faster. Problem is, you go into the climb, the throttle goes into climb. But I mean, we should be able to fly it a little faster than 270. Like a 310 would be nice. Save some time. Still got a little bit of cloud flickering there, the cloud shadow flickering. Not as bad as it used to be, but it's definitely still there. Doesn't happen in the front. Seems to only happen on the right to the left side. Yeah, okay, so you're using the X-Plane 11 on a Quest 2. Yeah, so you probably can't run like full Ultra with a 970 in the Quest 2, I would imagine. I mean, I'm using a 1080. What kind of CPU is super important with X-Plane? So, you know, if you've got a faster CPU, then you're probably doing okay. All right, we'll throttle back a little bit here. We start to climb. See, I don't want to climb. So that's what I haven't figured out here. You know, basically you can't. The throttle is an auto throttle, so when you put it on climb, if you go past the cruise mark there, it gets the max cruise. Then you start to climb, which I don't want to do. So here we'll settle back down to 1200. Or sorry, 12,000. Come on, settle back down. It's a quick flight into LaGuardia. Then it'll be a quick flight up to Boston. The long one's going to be this Terre Haute. So we might be on stream here for a while. But I'd like to do a long one. Maybe we'll speed up the simulator just to speed things up a little bit. Yeah, I will tell you that upgrading from a 4-core to an 8-core CPU made a huge difference with X-Plane for me. Huge difference. I went from an i7 6700 to an i7 10700K CPU, and that it's night and day. As far as smoothness, the amount of detail, the amount of buildings and trees and everything. I used to have to like zap all the trees and get rid of all the trees. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Because as I said, you know, X-Plane 11 is really, really CPU intensive. Alright, so we got 14 minutes to our waypoint. We got to come down to 3,000 feet, so 9,000. So we'll need 9 minutes to get down to where we want to be. So I can already start to see the water making out the Long Island Sound, I guess that is. You haven't been able to run Microsoft 2020 in your PC. That's the reason why you want to upgrade. Yeah. You can't, not with a 970. I don't even think you can run on low with a 970. I mean, with a 1080 Ti, the max I can do with VR is is medium. If I'm not in VR, I can go up to high. Yeah, I have to like throttle stuff back. Yeah, the prices of GPUs have been ridiculous all year. And, just getting your hands on one is difficult. Alright, 12 minutes, 13 minutes here, so we'll start to get set up. I think that's the Lake Wallenpaupack in PA. Sure looks like it. Check on the map and see if that's right. Yeah, you have a 3080. Yeah, definitely. We go right over Lake Wallenpaupack. That's what that is down there. Let's just. That's a fun place to fly around in VR. Some cool little airports and stuff. It's a huge lake, 52 miles of shoreline, I think it is, something like that. Great fishing. Certainly the biggest lake in Pennsylvania. It's massive. It's man-made. It was flooded. There's a dam down there. They flooded it as a reservoir, or actually for hydropower. There's a hydropower dam. Lake Wallenpaupack. All right, let's get ready here. We're going to go down to 2,000. So let's start to head down. Go to 1,000 feet per minute. I love the Challenger. It's a great plane, an X-Plane 11, the Challenger 300. But this has definitely become my favorite business jet. It's just, I love the fact that it's got the glass cockpit. It uses the laminar G1000 navigation system. Very automated plane, easy to fly, easy to land. Little touchy on the controls, but I could adjust that if I wanted to. Kind of getting used to it. But it's super fun to fly. 9 passengers. Like I said, it's not a great. The Challenger is much better for cargo. This isn't a great cargo plane, but I think you only have like. Take a look at Edwin. How you doing? Oh, I saw that the photometric rendering and lighting. It looked amazing, actually, Edwin. It's a good sign that those guys are working on some cool stuff, I've been saying it a while. I've got it on good authority that they're not stopping. They're improving their sim, for sure. They were one of the pioneers in VR. Of course, Daniel Church and what the hell's the name of it? Can't even remember. Fly Inside. They were the first guys. That was my first. Well, I shouldn't say that. Aerofly FS2 was the first VR flight, and DSC. Those two were the first VR flights that I did. But X-Plane 11 certainly pushed the envelope in VR flight simulation back when they released it a couple years ago, and they've been improving ever since. So anxious to see the improvements in their next generation flight sim, which I know for sure they're working on. So, all right, coming into the metropolitan area, the New York metropolitan area. I got your chat in the cockpit, but unfortunately MoveVR has a quality issue. I can't, it's very difficult to read sometimes. I'm not sure, I haven't been able to figure it out, what the problem is. It used to work great with the Oculus, but for some reason with the G2, it's, I shouldn't say that, even with the Oculus, something happened and the quality of the text reduced, and I haven't figured out, there's no parameter to improve the quality on this current version of MoveVR, so unfortunately it's kind of hard to read the text, but it's nice to have chat in the cockpit, that's for sure. Alright, coming down through 9,000. We got our passengers waiting for us at the terminal to head up to Boston. See our pilot and co-pilot in there. Boy, I love the livery on this, huh? It's nice. All right. Coming through 8,000. Looks like the Long Island Sound over there. Could be the Hudson River. Not sure. Hard to make it out. It's one thing I'm looking forward to, getting the 3080 and checking out probably high. I would maybe I can go to ultra, but probably high graphic settings in VR on the on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm basically maxed out here except for detail, or I should say objects. I mean, I could do anti-aliasing. I'm only at like the second click on anti-aliasing, but that's not really a factor in clarity of vision way out there. I think I've got it set to 80 miles. I probably could set it to 100 miles, which is what I should do. But anyway. Yeah, anxious to see what X-Plane 11 has in store, that's for sure. Alright, coming through 7,000. We'll start to throttle back a little bit here. By rights, under 10,000 feet, we shouldn't be going faster than 250. So we're going to just bring it back to half throttle. Start to slow this bird down. Not sure what lake that is. Yeah, it looks a lot clearer. And I'm comparing it to the Oculus CV1, which is what I had, Ernesto, and it's noticeably clearer in the distance with a G2. Certainly 10 miles is much clearer. I mean, it used to be when you were 10 miles from an airfield, you could barely make out the runway. With this headset, you can see the runway. So that's really, that's more the important thing, right? So you can, when you're lining it up for the runway, you can actually see it from 8 to 10 miles. That's a huge improvement. Way out there in the distance, it's still foggy. You can make some stuff up, but there's major improvements within 10 miles, which is what you want. All right, coming through 4,800 feet, going down to 2,000. We're 10 miles out from Gulf. Start to make out lower Manhattan over there. Buildings starting to come into view. You're not able to read the signs when you're taxiing at the airports. Yeah, that's because you're using a Quest 2 and you got the 970, so you probably have to back off your the visual detail, right? With a G2, you can read them perfectly. Like I'm looking at, just looking at the dash, the console here. Everything is crystal clear. As long as you're looking at the sweet spot, it's absolutely crystal clear. All right, coming to 4 miles from Gulf. Coming to 3,000 feet. Start to make out LaGuardia in the distance there. Can't quite see the runway. We're 15 miles out. So I'll tell you when, but I can certainly see the Hudson River. And we're coming out of 2,000 feet. We'll bring that throttle back to about 40% so we can start to slow this bird down even more. All right, coming up on Gulf, and then we got a 12-mile approach into 1-3 at LaGuardia. Assuming they have clearance. Here we go. We're going to hit Gulf right about now. Boom. And there we go. Plane is pretty much on track. I can just about make out the runway right now. Start to see red there. The glide slope indicator. Whatever that thing is called in the ground that tells you if your glide slope is correct. I always forget what the hell it is. Does it improve with Microsoft Flight Simulator VR? It depends on your graphics card and your graphics settings. So, if you're running at medium, then no. But if you're running at ultra, then yes. Right? Because you're going to have more detail. I personally prefer the G2 over the Quest 2. I'm going to take it off autopilot here now. My issues I have issues with Quest and Oculus right now because it's owned by Facebook. Let's get that. We're going to get our gear down here. and you have to use a Facebook account to use that VR headset, and I don't want to do that. I also saw that Facebook is now doing a $30 referral. So if you refer someone to buy a Quest 2, they're going to give you $30. That tells you how much money they're making off of your data. That's why I won't buy one. All right, we're going to go to get our flaps to full. And we are on final approach. We got gear down. Manhattan over there. Queens is right over there. Shea Stadium. Or keep it around 120. $113. Throttle back, flare it up. Let that energy bleed out of the plane. And we are down. All right. We're going to take off that way, so taxi over here. I will tell you that before I upgraded my CPU, this was very jaggedy and stuttery, and now it's pretty damn smooth. Considering how much scenery is at LaGuardia Airport, it's pretty amazing. All right, we're gonna just stop right here. We're gonna let the people off on the tarmac here. Saron, how you doing? Let me get my stuff together. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right, brake is set. Jack, how you doing? Thanks for joining. You gotta get your coffee, Saron. Awesome. All right, let's do FSEconomy. We're gonna finish our flight. Boom, flight's finished. We're good there. And let's show you what we got going on here. So we're going to... All right, we want to fly this for VR Aviation. Always want to fly for VR Aviation so they get the money. Let's just check out banking here. And actually, we check out the log here. We'll go to VR Aviation. So this is our trip back. What did we make? We made $2,000 for the group, $4,000 for ourselves. Not bad. All right. My flights, we got our 3 souls going to Boston. We got 400 and We got 345 gallons of fuel, so we don't need any fuel. So we're good there. What I do need to do, though, is I need to put in our flight plan to Boston. So we're going to go... KLGA to K Boss, and then the flight plan brings us to let's see, what is our waypoint? This guy here. Sorry, I'm looking at another file. All right, we're just gonna go, because we're gonna go dead to there, so we're gonna go to there. And that's going to bring us around this TFR, I should say, for the baseball game. Oh, look at that baseball game, Phillies at Red Sox. That's tonight. All right, so this will bring us 11 miles into Boston, and we'll just pick a runway to land on. How's that? How's that? All right, cool. All right, so we'll just make sure we got our... Yep, we got our 9 passengers on board. We're only going to make 5,800 for this, but that's okay. So let's get to here. And let's get our here we're going to go FSEconomy, start flight. Flight has started. So the passengers are on board. Now we just need to get our flight plan initiated, so let's do that. Let's go to flight plan, and I already got this in there, so we're gonna go here. There's K-Boss right there, and we're going to LV Beautiful. All right, so let's take this one to, where's our altitude? We're going to go to, we're going to go to, we'll go to 12,000 again. And FLC, set that to 230. So we're getting up there quick. Oops, crap. Well, I guess we want our nav on. What the hell happened here? There we go. In real life, you don't have to keep grabbing this with the what do you call it? There's 208, 216, 230. Beautiful. All right, we got our flight plan in. We got everything set to go. Passengers are on board. We got plenty of fuel. Let's taxi and get the hell out of here. Brakes off. Flaps set to takeoff. And we got our elevator trim set. Yeah, so I could easily read these signs from a distance. Like I could read them right there. GG, BPT, pretty easily. I mean, you got to get, reasonably close to them. Pardon me. All right. Cross this runway here. And then we're going to get ourselves on this runway over here. Come over by the water. Might as well get as much length as possible. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. I'd appreciate it. See the Empire State Building right there. Cool. All right, let's turn on the runway. Assuming we got clearance to take off for runway 13. Line up. Beautiful. Everything's set. Let's see. Altitude at 1200. Sorry, 12,000. FLC 230. GPS is on. Flight director is on. Yaw damper is on. Flight plan is programmed. And we are going to take off. Throttle to takeoff. Engine's coming up. Release brakes. It's kind of hard for me doing that. I got to be inside the cockpit when I take off. All right, we got 90. We're past 100 knots there. There's our Bing. Rotate. Gear up. Flaps up. And we'll bank. We'll get a little airspeed here. Bank to the left. Alright, bring it back to climb. And we get that autopilot on. And she'll bring us right up. Up to 230. We've got 149 miles to our waypoint. Did you get your 3090 back yet there, Saroon? It was a gigabyte, right? If I remember correctly, or was it an EVGA? Can't remember. I thought you said gigabyte. All right, turning to meet our vector here. Up to Boston, coming to 5,000. Everything looking good. Long Island Sound. Let's check back at Manhattan. Jet's powering up to 12,000 feet. Gigabyte just arrived. Oh. Okay, so they're going to repair it or send you a new one? I guess they're going to RMA it, repair it. All right, coming to 9,500. We'll head up to Boston for the Phillies game. All right, coming through 11,000. There's our Bing. Tells us we're 1,000 feet away from our altitude, so we're going to bring it back to cruise. Next cruise. And we'll start to pick up speed here as we level off. Awesome. One of my favorite things to do is to fly in VR, that's for sure. Yeah, you're hoping they have to replace it, yeah. Yeah, hopefully they'll replace it for you. Alright, coming at 240 knots, we got 27 minutes. So we're going to have to get down to 2,000 feet, so we'll need 10 minutes to descend into Boston. This will be a pretty quick flight. Yeah, I'm hoping that Best Buy drops some EVGA 3080s next week. The rumors were they were supposed to drop this week, but they didn't. So the Water Force is the water-cooled one, I guess. Alright, since we kind of know what our trip is going to be into Boston, so we're going to go into, let's just see, I'm going to go to here. So if we look here, this is the job we want to pick up. We have two that we could do here. One is, well, we'll go for this guy. Terre, Haute. Alright, $20,000 job, 7 hours, sorry, 760 miles. So we're going to go from K-Boss to Huff. So let's just figure that one out right now. So we'll know. We know we're going to Elmira, and we've got 11 miles. We're going to be at 2,000 feet, so we're good there. So let's go to K-Boss to get rid of this guy. We're going to go to Terre Haute. All right. Let's see what kind of, so probably want to come in here. iPetty. Alright, that's a 13-mile descent. That's good. So that should give us plenty of time to prepare. So we'll save this. And then I use my little cheat piece of software to turn it into an FMS file, and then we're good to go. So that's going to be a long ass trip. Let's see, what are we going to fly over here? Yeah, it's a long trip. That's alright. I feel like doing a long trip today. Longer stream. Alright, so I'll just get this guy ready here. Alright, so I have the flight plan ready to load up. So that's all done. And yeah, so guys, if you haven't checked out, where is it? VR Aviators Group. Check it out on Facebook. Just type in VR Aviators. We've got 3,400 members, all folks interested in VR aviation. You've got questions about VR aviation, you want to get involved with it, whether it's on X-Plane 11 or DCS or Microsoft Flight Simulator or whatever. Multiple headsets, a lot of knowledge in this group. This group was started 4 years, almost 5 years ago, and has helped a lot of people get engaged with VR flight simming. So make sure you check that out if you're interested. VR Aviators Group. Just hit the join button. You got to answer a few questions. Make sure you're going to follow the rules and that you're a human, and then you'll be in. And it's an excellent group. So hopefully you guys will check that out. Alrighty. Yeah, so we can't load up this job in Boston until we get there, so hopefully no one will steal it. Hopefully nobody will steal it. Let's see where we are here. Alright, 108 miles. We got 19 minutes. Alright, just about to come into the Long Island Sound. I guess this is lower Connecticut, I guess? .283 knots. I guess that's the cruising speed that this plane likes. Let's just see here. I mean, I guess there's no way to go to... And if you pump this up, it starts to climb, right? So there's climb. I don't want to go to climb. The max cruise. That's the max cruise. I wonder why that's restricted like that. Like, why doesn't it allow you to go up to like 300 knots, you know? Not sure the reason of that. Alright, so we'll need 10 minutes to get down. Appreciate you guys checking out the stream this morning. All right, we got 17 minutes to our waypoint, so we got plenty of time here. 284. Let's check out the cabin. You can see there's a little serving area there. I'm not sure if these drawers open up or not. Let's just see. Nope, none of this stuff opens up. Oop. That does. Well, we don't want to do that. Can't close that. Okay, there's our chat window right there, you can see. So let's go further back here. So if we go here, we can actually sit over here. And we can bring these down. I don't think we could turn... Oh, yeah, we could turn the light on. That's cool. Wi-Fi. Tells us our altitude. I guess time to destination 18. At 1836, or that's the clock. I'm not sure. Doesn't tell us the altitude. And then going further back, I guess we could do here. There's back there, we can we open up that door? Yep, there's a bathroom back there. Or a little, I I guess it's a bathroom. I'm not sure what the hell it is back there. I think I've been back there before. Oh, yeah, it's a little bathroom. So I'm sitting on the can here so we can close the door. A little privacy. Sink work? Nope. Any of these drawers work? Nope. Alright, you can go back here, go back to our seat. And back to the cockpit. We're having a little oscillation here. Maybe it's because I was playing around. I'm not sure. Alright. I'm going to start to descend. Let's get prepared to descend here. We're going to go down to 12,000. Sorry. What did we say? 2,000. When we have about 10 minutes left, I can already start to see the Boston area up there, way up there. So Terre Haute, we're going to get up there. We're going to probably fly at like 28,000 or 30,000 feet. Get our asses up there. Save on fuel. Fly faster. Get there quicker. I say we go to 32,000. What do you think? $32,000 sounds good to me. But for now, we got to get this plane down in Boston, and we're going to need probably about 600 gallons of fuel. I guess we'll figure that out once we load up our passengers. Yeah, I think this plane is like $35. It's totally worth it, man. They had a couple of updates already, so Aerobask is very good about keeping up with their planes. I've got 3 Aerobask planes now. This one, the Ti SC2, which I really love, and then the Phenom. No, I forget which one it is. Their first jet. I can't remember the name of it. Had it for a long time. I don't fly it very much because it doesn't have the G1000 built in. But this plane is top notch. Top notch. Alright, 11 minutes. We can start to descend. I'm going to go down to 1,000. Sorry, to 2,000. I want to throttle back here a little bit so we don't overspeed. All right, now since this flight from Boston to Terre Haute is 750 miles thereabouts, I think I'm going to use acceleration to get us there a little faster. Yeah, I know it's probably some of you guys think that's cheating, but You know, to me, the fun in flying, one is to seeing areas that you've never seen before, but it's landing and taking off, right? Taking off and landing. That's the fun part of it. So we're gonna kill some of those miles in between by accelerating the flight. Now, sometimes that crashes X-plane, I've found. So hopefully that won't happen, but we'll turn probably a 2-hour flight into, let's see how long it's going to take us. Let's see how long it'll take us. So we go to here. Oh, that's not what we want. We want this guy. Oh. No, we want sky vector. Alright, so let's say our speed's going to be 285. And we're going to be flying at 32,000. Flight level 320. So we got, well, it's probably going to be faster. It's probably going to be like 320 knots, something like that. Yeah, so we got like a long, like a 3-hour flight. So I'm going to be boosting that up a little bit. That's why you opted out of On Air. The wait time's cramped. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I mean, On Air has a lot of cool things about it. And, you know, you guys have seen that I've kind of backed off from On Air. There's a lot of cool things about it. But there's also a lot of... It's very complicated in a lot of ways. And this real-time... you can speed up flights. I know with X-Plane 11, I think you can. You can speed up the flights, but it's just, you have to like, you have to like, it's like a real-time game, right? It's a real-time aviation system. You know, when you do these long flights, you like to cut out a little, I mean, personally, I like to cut out a little time in between. And, you know, Mike and FSEconomy has that ability. It'll let you speed up your flights. You know, you've got to, you know, you can only do it within a certain amount of time in like a 48-hour period, but still, you know, it's a nice feature to have. On Air doesn't do any of that. And in fact, the thing that really bothers me the most about On Air, and this is more the Thunder, is having to do real-time transports of your pilot. I know they give you a couple of tokens where you can speed that up, but when after you use those tokens, if you want to go from like put your pilot from one airport to the other, you know, let's say at 200 miles, it takes literally real time, like an hour and a half. So you have to like plan you got to plan when you play. I don't know. It just, there's things I really like about it, and there's things that are really cumbersome about it. And you know, they gave me a 1-year subscription, which I'm sure it's probably run out by now. Maybe it's run out by now, but to be honest with you, I haven't really looked at it. And just because it's FSEconomy is like load and go, all right? And if you're into it, it's, to me, it fits more with my time, my lifestyle, the time I have to put into flying, etc. It just seems to fit in much better, you know. Yeah, you can speed up, but then you got to catch up. Right, exactly. So what's the difference, right? I just don't like that philosophy. I mean, you don't have to play the Thunder server either, right? You can do the Cumulus or whatever. But, you know, the real fun is on the Thunder server, so, and they refuse to change it. And a lot of people a lot of the users defend the way it's set up now, and that's fine. If they like that, that's fine. For me, Like I said, it's got a lot of cool features, but it's the time it takes to be involved with it. It's almost like it's a real job, you know. I mean, if I was retired and I had nothing else to do, okay, but that's not the case. You know, I like to fly a couple, 4 or 5 hours a week, and when maybe more depending on the amount of time I have. And when I do, I want to fly for FSEconomy because we've got this group going, and it makes it more interesting because I'm, actually earning something. I know it's virtual dollars, but it does make it more interesting. And I don't want to have to wait because I forgot to transport my pilot from one airport to the other, because my plane is at a different airport. And anyway, I haven't actually logged on there in a while, so and I may do that today just to see. I may have lost my subscription, but I'm not sure. Like I said, there's a lot of cool features about it. I like the UI, although I think that it would have been better if their user interface was web-based rather than have that that client that they have. The client is a little clunky. It actually takes up a lot of CPU, but it's okay. I'm sure they're working to refine that. Whatever. Like I said, I really was excited about it in the beginning, but as I got into it and saw how much time it took, it just doesn't fit in with my lifestyle, How's the job market? Well, I'm still looking. I'm doing some consulting, which is good. So, got a couple of opportunities happening. But yeah, the job market is trying to find the right thing is difficult, But I think I'm actually working with this one company now where I'm doing some marketing work for them. It's going to tide me over for at least 90 days. And I may end up going to work for them, so we'll see how that goes. But I appreciate you asking. Thank you. I actually enjoy the group flights, the Microsoft Flight Simulator group flights that we do on stream. Those are a lot of fun. In fact, I think the next one, Skid Mark, I think we're going to do it in the Caribbean. Pardon me. I was thinking like Princess Juliana and fly like to St. John's or something and fly around a couple islands and then end up at St. Bart's. I thought that'd be kind of cool. St. Bart's is a nice landing because you got to come in over that little harbor and you got to make a right-hand bank into the what do you call it? Runway. So we'll think about doing that for the next group flight, Caribbean. It'd be kind of fun. It's fun seeing those islands, Primary reason you upgrade your PC and you got gotcha. Headsets next, yeah. So are you going to get the G2? Or are you going to stick with Oculus? All right, we got 7 miles to Levron, LV-Ron, and then we'll turn into Logan International Airport. Yeah, I'm not a Quest. I'm not. You probably know my thoughts on Oculus. The telling thing is that they're giving people $30 referrals to get other people on this Quest 2, and they are sucking all your data. They know exactly everything that you're doing. Connected to your Facebook account. I just don't. I'm not going to do that. To me, the G2 is a great bargain. In fact, if your timing is right, you could catch a sale. I think I saw one. A couple weeks ago they had it. It was in PC Magazine. I'm not sure who was selling. Maybe Walmart. Somebody was selling it for like $3.99. I mean, that's a deal, right? I paid $600 for mine. $200 off. To me, it's a deal. And I've got no complaints about it. No complaints. Knock on wood. It's been fantastic. All right, we're at 214 right now, so we're going to make our turn into Logan. And now we got 13 miles, or 10 miles. I can start to see the orange markers there. So we'll start to slow things down a little bit. Somewhere over there is Fenway. I can now make out the runways. 196, 180 is our flap speed. Let's get down to 180. All right, we're hand flying now. I want to get lined up with that runway. Okay.
High speed.
There's a first level of flaps there.
High speed. High speed. High speed.
Second layer of flaps. Yeah, it's a good move, dude. It's a good move. Try to catch it on sale, That's what I would do. Gear down. We got 146. We're going to go flaps to third position. $140 knots. All right, we're going to go full flaps right there. And we are committed. $125. City of Boston. Right to your left. Smooth as silk. Even streaming. You gotta remember, I'm streaming with the same PC I'm flying on. That just shows you what an 8-core CPU will do with X-Plane 11. X-Plane 11, very CPU centric.
500.
There's 500 feet. We got 2 orange, 2 white, which is exactly what we want.
400.
Alright. We want to keep it around 118.
300. 200.
Alright. Looking good for Logan. Gotta get centered here. Here we go. Throttle back. And let's bring her down. There we go. Boom. Beautiful. Apply the brakes. Slow her down. We'll just take off from this runway here to Terre, Haute. Reminds me of A Christmas Story. They talk about Terre, Haute. It's a great movie. That I've probably seen 500 times because it's on all day on Christmas Day. All right, let's do our Yui here. Threshold, line up to 22 right. Beautiful. All right. The only thing that bothers me about the G2 is that the controllers don't auto wake. That bothers me. But other than that, thank you, Sar. Appreciate that. Sar, I know you're a jet guy. This is an awesome jet if you don't own it already, I'll tell you that. Alright, so we just landed there, Boston. Alright, let's just get our Chrome on here. So let's check our log. There's our Boston flight. We didn't make much. 1,700 for the group. 3,400 for myself. So, alright, we're doing okay. We made about 8,000 so far for the group. Is anybody else flying? Let's check out the log here. Oh, you fly too, yeah. It's an awesome plane. Oh, yeah, I think I've seen you actually fly it. Let's just check the log here. Well, here's what we're going to do. Let's go to log. No one else flying today. Crackerjack flew earlier today. So we're going to go to Boston. All right, we're going to pick up this job right here. Boom. Terre Haute. Big one. 20 grand. 7 passengers. Nice. Nice. We'll add that. And let's grab our plane. Rent that. All right, my flight. We are flying for the group. Boom. All right, we got our 7 passengers there. So $20,000. We got 760 miles. So let's see. We're going to go 9 passengers. Calculate max fuel. We could put 800 gallons. How much do we need? So we're going to go, let's just say we're going to go 800. Calculate. We need 353 gallons. All right, I like to put a little bit more than that. I'm always going to use it, so let's refuel here, and let's go with... Oh, I see. You fly the PC. I know you love the PC-12. So let's go with 600 gallons. That should be plenty. All right. And we're good to go there, right? We're good to go. So all we need to do now is load in our flight plan. And let's just see. I'm going to set this up here. FSEconomy, start flight. Okay. That flight is started. And let's get into the cockpit here. And I've already set up my flight plan. So let's go to here. And I got all these great flight plans here. So we're going to scroll back to the one I use, which is, oh crap. FMS plan. Boom. So there's our plan. iPad V to Terre Haute. So we're going to go cursor. We've got to go here. We want to activate that leg. Boom. There's our leg to Terre Haute. 747 miles. All right, let's set our altitude. We said 32,000, right? 32,000. Let's set our vertical, our FLC to, I'm going to go 250. Get our butts up there. Go 250. We could actually increase this too once we get past 10,000 feet. All right, 250. And we don't want to go full flaps. We want to go flaps to take off. All right, flaps to take off. And we got our pitch set properly. Right in the middle there. And I think we're good to go, man. Yep, we're good to go. So, let's get the hell out of here. Brakes are off. Throttle to takeoff. And release the brakes. Airspeed is alive. It'll probably ping us here at about 1:30, my guess. There's 1:30. Here we go, 1:40. All right, gear up. Flaps up. And we'll bank right. Bring it back to climb. We'll just take a quick trip here over the beautiful city of Boston. Fenway Park, I'm sure, down there somewhere. And let's get our autopilot on. The quicker we get up there, better. There's Fenway right there. The old Fenway. Alright, we're going to climb at 250. Up to 32,000 feet. that's happening. You may be able to set them in the registry to not turn off. Yeah, but then you're going to drain the battery, man. I mean, I want them to turn off, but I just think it's inherent in, like, it's one thing they met. Like, the one thing about the HP Reverb G2 is they I said this when I first reviewed it. The disappointing thing to me is the controllers. The controllers are kind of cheap. I mean, I haven't had any problems with them, okay? But they're kind of cheap, all right? But they work fine, okay? And I haven't had any like tracking issues or anything. So I love that I don't have to have the cameras anymore. But the problem is that I was used to Oculus, the touch controllers, that they went to sleep after a certain amount of time, like 30 seconds or something like that, and then they auto woke as soon as you picked them up. They could have put, even if it cost an extra, $25 to build that technology, and I would have paid that to have that, because not that it's a pain in the ass to press a button. I know it's a first world problem, right? You have to press a button to wake it up, but it would be just a nice feature if it just woke up, when you picked it up. That's all. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so this is going to be a long flight. So, like I said, I'm going to initiate fast mode to eat up some of this mileage, because it's going to be a 2-hour flight. So, let's just get up to altitude. All right, so we're coming up to 13,000 feet. And let's figure out, just so I have in my mind, what our we're going to have to descend to fly into Terre Haute. Terre Haute is at 567 feet. Let's just show you there. 567 right there. So we have plenty of space. So we want to be at 2,500, I would say. So, yeah, we'll fly, because we're going to go over Indianapolis. So we're going to, when we come down, we're going to come down to, let's just say 3,000. Make it easier to multiply. So we're going to have to come down 29,000 feet. So we'll need about a half hour to descend. So when we're a half hour outside of our waypoint, we'll start to go down by about 1,000 feet per minute. Simple math. Simple pilot math. Hey guys, thanks for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining today. Impromptu stream. Going to be coming right through a cloud here. There we go. Might get a little bumpy. Quickly through there. All right, above the clouds now. All right, coming to 20,000. We've already clipped off about 50 miles. Nice scenery up here. Let's check outside the plane. Good looking jet, isn't it? It's a great looking jet. It really is. A joy to fly, that's for sure. Highly recommend it. I bought it myself. I wasn't given it. I bought it myself. I spent my own $35 on it. But these long trips with, $20,000 trips in FSEconomy, do a couple of those, man. You're making a lot of money for the group, and you're making a lot of money for yourself. Virtual money, I should say, but I like to do these. What I'll normally do is, like, if a baseball game is on or something, I'll put the Yankee game on and just do a long flight like this and watch the Yankee game inside the cockpit, which is kind of cool. I mean, the detail isn't as great. Sometimes I just take the headset up like this and just, watch it on my phone, but you watched YouTube during your flights too. Yeah, it's cool. What do you use? Do you use Move VR, Sar? Because I'm not. I mean, Move VR was great, but for some reason the detail of it isn't fantastic anymore. I'm using the G2. I'm assuming you have a G2 as well, if I remember correctly. All right, coming through 28,000. We are up there, ladies and gentlemen, that's for sure. 32,000 feet, 6 miles, basically. 6 miles up in the air. Pretty crazy when you think about it. Alright, comes to 30,000 now. Are you using XS overlay? What is that? Where did you get that, dude? I haven't heard of that. Oh, it's on Steam. Okay. Does it work with the... Ooh. So is the video quality really good? I'm gonna bring this back to max cruise. And we should start to pick up airspeed here. Now we're doing 355 ground speed, 356 ground speed, 357. So we're moving. We got about 2 hours to our waypoint. Let's see where we get to here. Get up to speed here. Should get us up to hopefully about 280 airspeed. And it works with the, you're using with the G2? I'm looking at it right now. Let's just pull it up here. The problem though is, so I have to be, oh, I'm using SteamVR. Okay, yeah, so I'm using SteamVR anyway. I wonder if does this work with Microsoft Flight Simulator too? So it definitely works with X-Plane, right? And does it work with, because what I, okay, yeah, because you have to, because I don't use SteamVR when I'm using X-Plane. So this is, I mean, when I'm using Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this would be X-Plane only, and it works with the G2. All right, $10, it's worth trying out. I'll definitely check that out for sure. $10, thank you. That's definitely worth checking out. I think you can. You can run SteamVR with Microsoft Flight Simulator. But if it works in X-Plane and, you know, it does a better job than MoveVR, then I'm sold. You need to get used to how you control the window, but once you get it set, it should be fine. So, okay, so, but if you, once you, like, can I, like, I see I have this window set in one place, right? Once I set it in the cabin, will it always, would the window always stay in one, like the chrome window always stay in one place? That would be critical to know. 442 ground speed, so we're whipping through here. An hour and 27 minutes. That's not too bad. We're going to speed that up once we get to max speed here, which we're getting close to. This jet is sipping fuel at this altitude. There we go. 280. Perfect. Right where we want to be. Hour and 25 minutes. It always follows you, even outside the plane. Okay. All right, SARS, have a great dinner. Thanks for letting me know about that. I appreciate that. All right, let's see what we got here. Hour and 23. So let's just check out the scenery out there. This is all ortho. You see the contrail behind the plane right there. Way back there is Boston and the ocean. You can kind of see it there. If I look this way, New Jersey over there. We're well past Pennsylvania, probably. Not sure what river that is. Big ass river, whatever it is. Maybe it's the Mississippi? Nah, it can't be the Mississippi. Not this close. All right. It's time to initiate fast mode, so we're going to go 2x. So we'll just get there in half the time here. I could go 4x, but it's nice to see the scenery, so this will just get us there a little faster. So when we're a half hour out, we'll take this off, and then we'll we will just start to descend into Terre Haute with our 20,000 FSE dollar payload in the Phenom 300. 453 ground speed, 281 airspeed. Time is ticking away now. These clouds give things such a nice perspective. Maybe I'll step it up to 4. Just to get us there a little faster. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna step this up to 4x. That'll get us there a little bit faster. That river we went over, let's see, what river was that? Don't know. Columbia? No, it can't be the Columbia. Deer Run. It's in New York, so... it was the Hudson River. Wow, okay. That was the upper Hudson. Mississippi would be a lot wider. We don't pass over the Mississippi. We're east of the Mississippi. Why would I think that was the Mississippi? Pretty bad geography there, dude. Alright. We're moving at 4x here. Chopping off the miles. Now, unfortunately, when we get out here, I don't have... I'm pretty sure I don't have ortho out in this area, so... So that means basically every minute is actually ticking by every 15 seconds. So miles are clicking off there. 20, 519, 518, 517, 516. So we're clicking the miles off here. Just gotta hope that X-plane doesn't crash, because sometimes it will crash when you do acceleration, but this is one of the nice things about FSEconomy. It gives you this ability to accelerate. I think you got like 30, how does it work? It's like 30 hours within 48 hours or something like that, so you can't overdo it, but It's, if you want to earn, I could tell you when I was first getting started with FS Economy, I'd go to Tampa in the PC-12, which holds 10 passengers, and I would run 10 passenger round trips all throughout Florida, and make like $100,000 and just accelerate. And this way you can really rack up the money and start to build something for yourself. I mean, you may be an FSC purist and you don't agree with acceleration, and that's fine. But like I said, the fun part of flight simulation for me is taking off and landing, right? And seeing areas that you've never seen before, but it's the taking off and landing that's the fun part. Alright, so now we're getting down to an hour. We're really cruising here. 461. And we're going to be 59 minutes in a second here. There you can go. You can see the seconds ticking off there if you look at the ETE clock. I use Alt-T for acceleration. You can go up to 16x, but that'll crash X-plane when you're using FS Economy. At least that's my experience. So the safe is 4x. It seems to work fine. So I got 57 minutes, so that's good. When we get down to 30 minutes or 35 minutes, we'll cut it off, and then we'll start to prepare to descend into the Terre Haute area. See, the scenery doesn't load as quick as you'd like because you're accelerated everything. I'm bound to get negative comments about, oh, you're cheating in FS Economy. If it was cheating, they wouldn't allow you to do it. Believe me, many people accelerate. You're just getting started with FS Economy. Rent yourself a PC-12 or a plane. Even the what is that? The Beechcraft with a C90. Is that what it is? The one that holds like 12 passengers. That's a perfect plane because that one you don't need to buy. It comes with X-Plane 11. FS Economy. Use that plane. Rent one down in Florida. Fly the crap out of it for a couple of days, and before you know it, you'll have a couple $100,000 and you can buy a plane. Alright, 51 minutes. 388 miles. The passengers are like in a time warp right now. C90, there you go. Yeah, the C90's great, man. C90's, what's it, 12 passengers or 11? I think it's 12 passengers. That's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. FS Economy, just rent one of those. Fill it with passengers. Hopefully, someplace like in Tampa or LaGuardia where you can fill it to the brim. And make your money, baby. It's a great way to earn. 48 minutes. All right, I think we're out of ortho now, or we're pretty close to being out of ortho. The ground starts to look very similar. No, this is still ortho. Still ortho. "46 minutes. I may have ortho all the way out here. Not sure. "11. Okay, 11. Yeah, 12 seats, 11 passengers. There you go. It's a great plane. Like I said, it's a great plane to build up your monies in FS Economy for sure. You don't need to own one. You don't need to buy one. You want to buy one? I think you could get it now for what, 600,000-700,000, something like that. I haven't even looked. 43 minutes out. When we get to 35, I'll turn off the acceleration. Yeah, I mean, when I first started, that's the plane that I rented, you know. And, you know, I made the mistake of buying a C-172 because I just wanted to own something in FS Economy. Not a good idea. Save up your money to buy a plane that can hold a lot of passengers, you know, like the C-90, you know, or even the Baron. Baron is 5 passengers, so that's, you know, it's going to be better. You can make decent money with a Baron. And Baron is, you know, it's a free plane when you buy X-Plane 11. And I believe it's a free plane when you buy a Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, we're going to turn off acceleration now. All right, acceleration is off. Yeah, I love the Baron too, man. I know you love the Baron. All right, acceleration is off. So now we are back to real-time flying. We've got 37 minutes outside of Terre Haute. We need to get down to, what did we say? It's at 567, so we want to get down to 3,000 feet, right? So 29 minutes to get down. So let's just set our... See, I got to hit the button. Turn on my controller. Now it's on. So let's go down to 3,000. All right, and when we are 30 minutes outside, we'll start to descend. Yeah, that looks like the cutoff right there of oh, we must be going over. This is just telling us that we don't have the package for K-Way. So we must be right over near K-Way. In Waynesburg, PA. Yeah, that's all ortho, because I know I got ortho in that area. It's pretty realistic, man. The only plane you ever bought was a Challenger. Yeah, okay. And that was probably worth it. That's a great plane. But, you know, if I, like, you could buy the Challenger, or this one is $35, I think. This, Challengers, you know, if you're just gonna buy one, Challenger's probably better. 8 passengers, more cargo. So Challenger's probably a better bet. If you're gonna have 2 jets, I would recommend the Challenger and this guy right here. This guy's great. I love this plane. But the Baron, you know, 5 passengers. You know, you could make money with the Baron. If C90 and the Baron, I flew those two for a year in FS Economy before I bought the PC-12, which is nice for passengers because that's got 10 seats, and I love flying the PC-12. In fact, I haven't flown in a while. Maybe we'll fly that next time we stream. But yeah, a lot of options. A lot of options with FS Economy. And if you're smart about it, you can make your money pretty quick. But you don't want to waste. You know, there's a reason why there's 100 or so or 50 C-172s for sale, because you can only put 3 passengers in them. It's not really a great FS Economy option unless you really like to fly that plane. That's fine, but you're not gonna make a lot of money. You want to get a plane like the C90. That can fit, 11 passengers, and then you can fly long. I'm not sure if you can get well, I guess you could do a stop. You could fly a C-90 with a flight like this, you know. 7 passengers, $20,000. I think it flies at about 230 knots, something like that. So, yeah. It's a good option. All right, 34 minutes outside of the Terre Haute area. We're just switched over there. A little stutter. That is looking like, I'm not sure if that's ortho. It might be ortho. Yeah, I think it is ortho, actually. You look for the difference in, like, the complete difference in the pattern. Or no pattern, I should say. No pattern scenery. When you start to see a pattern scenery, then you know you're out of the ortho area. Pretty sure I have ortho almost to the Mississippi, I thought. All right, so we're 256 miles, 33. We can start to descend a couple minutes here. We're going to come down at 3,000 feet per, 1,000 feet per minute. Down to 3,000 feet. We'll pull the throttle back a little bit. So we continue our descent at about 280. Got plenty of fuel. And we're going to make a nice chunk for the group. That's the whole idea. Yeah, I don't buy planes much anymore. I've got everything I want, you know. Let's see, which ones did I buy? Well, the Ti SC2, which I really love. I love that plane. This plane, the Challenger. I made the mistake early on of buying a couple of Coronado planes, which are complete crap. That was a mistake, but what could I do? Like, I bought the SR-22 Coronado. What a mistake that was. What a waste of money that was. Oh, I bought the Torque Sim SR-22. That's a great plane. The other small jet, I forget which one it is, the Aerobask small jet, the one that they came up with years ago. But all right, let's start to descend here. So we're going to go vertical speed. Then we're going to go down to 1,000 feet per minute. Oop. And we'll throttle back here so we're not high speeding here. All right, 31 minutes. We're going to descend here at, let's just make sure we're not creeping up there, 282, so we're coming down nicely. Yeah, you have to like reset. If I remember correctly, you got to like reset it every once in a while. The autopilot on the C90, hopefully they'll fix that. But you kind of learn the quirks of that plane. It's a fun plane to fly. It doesn't look fantastic in VR, but it's okay, you know. All right, yeah, I think we're still in ortho. We're still in ortho. All right, coming down through 30,000. Yeah, right, exactly. Where it is. I agree with you. It's like in a pain in the ass position. It's a pain in the ass position. I always wondered if you could just like get like a USB button panel or something and set it up that way. I don't know. Yeah, I do remember about that. That's kind of a pain in the neck. But you know, for first starting out, it's still a great plane to earn your bucks. But I made a lot of money with the Baron too, and I actually still own a Baron in Hawaii. People rent that one out from time to time. I got out of that whole rental business when they did away with the distance bonus for a little while there because there was some sort of breach or something. I got out of the rental thing. I mean, I owned all these planes and they were kind of making money, but you know, it was a pain in the ass. Someone would leave the plane someplace and I'd have to ferry it back, and I just don't have time for that, you know. It's not worth the extra virtual dollars that you make. You know what I mean? My whole thing is let's, you know, keep VR aviation going, continue to build up its money, and then hopefully at some point expand the network a little bit. And you know, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm into. That's what I'm into. That's my reason to fly. That's my reason to fly. Yeah, the PC-12 has some VR issues too. That's the only Carenado plane I really like, the PC-12. But it's got some the VR panels don't work properly. I know that SAR set up something, but I was never able to get that to work properly. I guess I could have put more time into figuring it out, but it would seem that we are 198 miles, 28 minutes outside of our waypoint, coming to 26,000 feet. But I do like that PC-12. You can't carry any cargo, but you got 10 passengers. It's fast. It's fun to fly. Like I said, I used that in Tampa. I had one in Tampa for the longest time. I ended up selling it. But I still own one that's leased to the group that I think is in... I think it's in Cape May. I know SAR uses it a lot. Or hasn't used it in a while, but had used it in the past. I also have on the Microsoft Flight Simulator side, I've got a Longitude that I leased that one to the group too. So you could fly that one. Oh well, dude. It happens once in a while. I do it once in a while too, I forget. Don't worry about it. With all the flying that you did for the group, have done for the group over the years, dude, no biggie. Appreciate every mile. It's an interesting reservoir right there. Yeah, we still got a little bit of cloud shadow flicker there on the ground. $24,000. 27 minutes. Gonna come into a little bit of scattered clouds here. Yeah, I guess we cut probably about an hour of real time off this flight, so oh well. Got to see what time the Yankees are playing today. Let's check that out. Let me see. Yankee schedule. Oh, they're playing tonight. No, 2 p.m. No. Sorry, 7:15 tonight and tomorrow at 2:10. Did a nice job with the Astros last night. Just cut my electric bill. Oh my God. It's been so hot here in the Northeast. It's over $600 electric bill. Oof. Oh well. Loads of fun. Keep paying in bills. Oh, you're coming through the clouds now. 21,000 feet. I can go sit back in the back a little bit and check out the scenery. Let's just do that. It's kind of cool sitting back here, you know? It's a narrow plane, much narrower than the Challenger. Challenger's big. That's why it can fit so much cargo. This is a smaller plane. Terre Haute. I wonder what lake that is. Is that a lake? Kind of cool sitting back here. Oh, my drink's over there. Uh-oh. There's the left wing. All right, back in the cockpit. $20,000. You bought Lenore in VR on Steam. Looks cool, but only did the tutorial so far. Non-drive fly VR game. What? What is Lenore? I haven't heard of that. Lenore. Oh, L.A. Noire. Oh, Rockstar Games. Is that so? It's kind of like it's kind of like it's got an inappropriate thing. Oh, I see. So let's just check it out here. So it's like a GTA kind of thing. Oh, it's VR? Detective. It doesn't say it's VR though, dude. Is it VR? Is it Oculus? Oh, what's if it's Steam? I don't see that it says VR. Looks like it'd be kind of cool. Nice. Good luck with it. Let me know how it is. Not that I need another distraction, but. All right. Well, we're under the clouds now, so. $17 thou, 22 minutes, 180, 286. Was on sale, 2-part. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I never got into any of those, like that GTA or those types of, I guess, the first-person games. I tend to be more of a simulator guy or a gaming guy. When I say gaming, like poker, Or I'll play blackjack, but not online because it's only one deck, and they shuffle it every time they deal a hand. So you can't really, I learned to count cards a long, long time ago in blackjack, and actually made a lot of money doing it. But when they shuffle the deck after every deal, then there's no counting. You could just play basic strategy, and even then, it's when you play basic strategy, you still have a disadvantage, or maybe yes, or you're basically breaking even with the casino if you play perfect basic strategy. But when you can count cards, you can get a 1, 2, or even 3% advantage over the house. So, but it's got to be in a situation where they're not shuffling the deck between hands, because you need to have that randomness, Racing, flying only. D-Rev Valley apparently had just come out with a new train simulator. I heard they're coming out with a train simulator, like more of a train simulator. VR boxing. Yeah, my friend's got the PS4 and the PSVR. He likes it. I mean, it's not the clarity it's actually worse than the Oculus CV1. At least the one that when I first tried it, and I thought the headset made my face sweat, But it's cool, I'm surprised Microsoft, never implemented VR with the Xbox. I'm really surprised at that. Maybe they will be soon. I know Flight Simulator is coming to Xbox. That should be interesting to see how that works out. But yeah, I've never been into those first-person kind of games. Like even COD. Like my son is like an expert Modern Warfare player. He plays in tournaments and stuff. I tried it. I just can't. It's just not my thing. Maybe because I'm older and I have shitty reflexes. I don't know. Yeah, I did not like the way the PSVR fit at all. I remember when it first came out, I went to Best Buy, tried it in the store. I was going to buy one, and I was like, nah, because I was going to buy a PS4, and I was like, nah, just wasn't very good. So far, this one I got on, the G2, is the best one I've ever used. That's for sure. All right, we're coming through 13, coming down to 12,000 feet. We're 113 miles outside of Terre, Haute. 20 minutes to our waypoint. We're at 285 knots. We're going to have to reduce speed here down to 250. But I'm going to break the rules and keep it at 280. It's interesting. Looks like I got a crappy piece of ortho there. It's not very detailed. That little square there needs to probably be replaced. That's okay. I don't fly here that often. Never seen that before. Where it looks like faded compared to everything else. Never saw that before. But you can see the definition of where the square is, Alright. Coming down to 11,000. Yeah, so I'm actually getting into, there's in the cryptocurrency space, or the crypto space on the Polygon network, there's actually a casino that's in development called GemBytes. It's gembytes.com. And I've been actually buying up some of their tokens because they're going to be releasing a decentralized casino, which is pretty cool. They're going to have simple games at first, like dice, lottery, a couple other things. But they're planning on having blackjack, and I'm not sure about poker, but poker would be great. And there's another crypto-based poker site that's in development by Carisi, I think it is, that looks pretty interesting. When it comes to casino games, I stick with two games, all right? Poker and blackjack. Everything else has a house advantage. Craps, certainly slots. Craps, baccarat, roulette. Every other game has a house advantage, okay? But when you play poker, math can be on your side. And when you play blackjack, math can be on your side. Or at least if you're playing basic strategy, you can break even. Which means if you have a good swing, you may make some money. You may lose money too, but you can't have a mathematical advantage unless you're counting cards, like I mentioned before. So, but I'll rarely play blackjack online because you really can't win, Most people don't realize the math behind gambling, especially slot machines. Slot machines are designed to take your money. They're fun. They're cool. They're a dopamine accelerator. They look cool. The graphics are amazing. But in the long run, you will lose money on slot machines. They're designed for that. Okay. I see actually people on Twitch that are they basically are gambling with like $500,000 in slot machines. It's just they're like $1,000 a pull. I'm like, you got to be nuts to do that. Nuts. But yeah, so the cryptocurrency world is exploding, folks. It's really, you know, I know I've been weaving in some of that content onto my onto my YouTube channel. It's exploding, and it's certainly something that I'm glad I've gotten into fairly early, like a year ago. I mean, it really started with Bitcoin way back when, like almost a decade ago. But there's a lot happening there, and there's some opportunities. Take some time to get educated, and you want to be very careful because there's a lot of scams, and there's a lot of people taking advantage of people that don't know what they're doing. So you got to be really careful. But do your homework, do your research, and you could find some projects that are pretty solid and have some good upside. Right now, the market's a little bit of a sideways market, so it was on a heavy bull run for a while, but it's kind of like, going sideways for the last month or so. But I strongly believe that it's the decentralization of money or currency is it's basically the way of the future, unless the major governments of the world crack down on it, and which is going to be difficult to do because it's decentralized, right? So my advice is do yourself a favor and learn about cryptocurrency. There's some really good channels. Coin Bureau is a good channel. Cryptos are us. I think his name is George. This guy George, he's pretty good. There's a couple others that you can learn from, but takes a little time to get over the hurdle of understanding, but once you do, it's pretty cool. Any event. All right, so we're 15 minutes outside, 80 miles. We're coming through 6,500 feet. Slowly descending into the Terre Haute. Flat, nondescript, Midwest area. Never been to Indiana. Just looking at the fuel flow. So we're burning 103 what are we burning here? Kilograms, I guess. So we got 422 per tank. So 206 per hour. So we got plenty of fuel. All right, 14 minutes. We're coming through to 4,500 feet. We're going to be flying at 2,000 feet, pissing off some of these Midwestern farmers. Flying a third of a mile above them. Oh well. They're not real anyway. .277 knots. All right, we're coming down to 3,000 feet. Didn't we say 2,000? No, we said 3,000. Okay. We still got the ortho going out here. You can see it's no pattern. So you know you're still in ortho. I got a lot. I got like a third, maybe almost half of the United States, which is a lot. It takes up like 4 terabytes, something like that. It's a lot. All right. Let me get that speed going here. All right, there's 3,000. 12 minutes, 61 miles. That'll burn pretty quick. Gunny, how you doing? You've just reinstalled X-Plane, learning the ropes still. So you're new to X-Plane 11. Are you using it? Are you using VR? Just curious. Just making sure we're still status quo here. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see. Where are we here? 55 miles, 12 minutes. Enjoy your golf game, dude. Enjoy that sunshine. Haven't streamed this long in a long time. All right, 11 minutes, 50 miles from Terre Haute. Well, I should say from iPedi is our waypoint. While we got the little time here. Oh, 90. Oof, that's pretty rough. 100-degree weather. Let's go to Terre Haute and let's just see if we got any big. A 55. Oh, look at this. Pueblo, Colorado. Or we could go to Texas. Or we can go to Bedford, Mass. Ooh, we might do that one. Get us back to the east. Unless we want to fly out to Pueblo, Colorado. I'm not going to do that today because it's 1 p.m. I got shit to do. But what's nice is it looks like Terre Haute has a decent amount of these big jobs that we'll be able to pick up. Pueblo, Colorado, probably pretty cool to fly to. Or we can go to Midland, Texas. $1,500, $15,000. All right, so we'll know. I'm going to leave her parked here at Terre Haute International, and then we'll be able to pick something up. Ooh, looks like we got a... Don't tell me that that's the Indianapolis Speedway right there. Sure looks like it could be. Is that the Indianapolis Speedway? The Brickyard? I don't see bricks on the, the Brickyard? It might be the Brickyard right there. Sure looks like it could be. I mean, it would make sense. It's a speedway in Indiana, right? There's an airport right there. Let's see what airport that is. What airport is that? Let's see. We're 40 miles outside of Terre. Let's see what we got here. So let's go to this window here. So here's... Yeah, that was the Indianapolis Speedway right there. Cool. Yep, absolutely. That was the Indianapolis Speedway. Cool. Because there's the Indianapolis Airport right there. All right. Nice. Never saw that in X-Plane before. All right, we got 8 minutes, 38 miles. Some sort of train yard there, looks like. That would be cool to see in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the Brickyard, the Indianapolis Speedway. Just a quick flight in an SR-22 from the Indianapolis International, and just fly a little northeast to check out the Brickyard. That'd be kind of cool to check out. Things you don't think of, you know. But I think the next group flight's, like I said before, I think we're going to do the next group flight in the Caribbean. We're going to take off from Princess Juliana at St. Martin, fly to like St. John's or something, just island, scoot over some islands, and then fly back to St. Bart's. That'd be a cool flight. Certainly got the mileage out of this plane. I wonder if there's a meter for airtime. I don't think there is on this plane. I guess it would be over here. I don't know. Engine time. I don't see a meter. I've put a lot of time on this plane. Sit over in the left, the right seat. A little different perspective. Never landed from over here, or maybe I've done it once or twice, but I like being in the left seat. All right, coming towards the end of our trip here. We've got 4 minutes to our waypoint. 20 miles, 18.8 miles, I should say. Then we'll start to slow down. We got a 12-mile approach into Terre Haute. Getting hungry. All right, 3 minutes. Let's get stuff prepared here. So we're going to, let's see. All right, we got a 30-degree turn to the left, it looks like. Coming up here in 12 miles. Amazed at the smoothness. It's just absolutely silky smooth. I wonder if I could kick up the detail a little bit. I think I'm going to try that. I don't think I've tried it before. When I say detail, I mean the object detail, number of objects, not the detail, number of objects. Detail I have at max. So it's not going to get any better graphic-wise. I should say texture and graphic-wise. Maybe what I'll do is I'll step up the number of objects a little higher. Let's see what the CPU is saying. So we're streaming now, so let's just take a look. I'm going to tell you what I got performance-wise. So I'm running at 20% CPU, and GPU is at 82%. Mouse in your house, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. You're stopping by just at the end of the stream. But we've got, so we're CPU plenty of power. 20% I'm using, so I could probably definitely increase objects. GPU is at 85%, so that's with flying X-Plane 11 and streaming. So we got some room. So next time I'm going to see if I can boost up the detail a little bit. I guess I got to turn this off so you guys can see what the hell's going on. Good to see you, Mouse. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so we're 3 miles from our waypoint. We're going to be turning into approaching Terre Haute for a trip we made from Boston, 750 some odd miles. Although we did do acceleration there. Now we're out of ortho and we're into the standard X-Plane scenery, as you can see there. You start to see the similar patterns. All right, here we go. All right, 12 miles to Terre Haute. I can see the runway 12 miles out. Nice. So we're going to start to throttle back here a little bit. We want to decrease our speed down to 180 so we can get our flaps engaged. There's 234, 233. 226. 217. Coming down to 200. 210. Here comes 200. There's 200. I'm going to get that first notch of flaps, and even though we're over speeding a little bit here, because I want to slow this bird down. Alright, there we go. And we're going to get our autopilot is off. Gears coming down. Trim is up. And we're going to get that next notch of flaps in there. We got 3 green. We got 2,000 feet above the ground. Almost seems like we're not moving. We're doing 129 knots. Alright, we're going full flaps there. We want to keep it like 120. 125. Alright, we're at like 119, 120. That's about where we want to be. Coming down to 500 feet. Here comes 500.
500.
Here comes 400.
400. 300. 200.
Nice and smooth. So smooth. This makes it so realistic.
100.
The most fun you can have in VR simulation is a landing. Throttle back, flare it up, energy bleed. Back wheels are down, front wheel down. Beautiful. Plane slowing down. Ladies and gentlemen, we've landed at Terre Haute International Airport. We're going to be taxiing for a few moments. Please leave your seatbelts fastened. Local time is, I don't know, 1 p.m. I don't know what the hell it is. Alright, we'll take this ramp right here. Cutting a little close. Clean up our flaps. Looking nice taxiing, eh? Looking good. All right, let's get there. I'm gonna go over to our. I'm gonna go over here. The GA parking. Guess we got a fence there. Can't go through that fence, so we're gonna just park right here. Sorry guys, this is where you got to get off. All right, let's get our brake on and move this out of the way. So we're gonna get our, that's off, cabin lights are off, strobes are off, nav is off, log is off, panel is off. Oh, we need a panel on so we can turn this stuff off here. So let's get engine stop. And let's get our electrical. Come on. Come on. That one off. Come on. There we go. Shut down. Hopefully we can open the door. There we go. And there's our plane. Beautiful. Looks like the engines are just winding down. Check them out. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys flying with me today. It was a nice long stream. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a group flight again in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So stay tuned for that. Again, I much appreciate your flying along. Oh, I got to end the flight. Let me make sure I do that. Okay, good. Flight ended. Let's check that out. Here, let's go to here, and this flight is done. And we go to log, and we could see that we made $6,000 for the group and $12,000 for me. So the group, we increased the group today by about 15K. Nice, nice. All is good. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you flying. Mouse, sorry you joined a little bit late there. I've been streaming for 3 hours. So we're going to call it a day. Guys, enjoy the rest of the week and enjoy the week. We'll be back probably next week with the group flight. I'll be posting information about that within the next day or so if we're going to do it on Saturday. All right, guys. Have a great day. And again, thanks for watching and thanks for your support. Take care, guys.